In today's episode, we are unwrapping the Chessplus, as well as talking a bit about the history of chess itself. Join me! Hi, welcome. I'm Jon Back, doctor and a researcher interested in playful interaction design. And in this channel we are serious about playing games. And today we're gonna unbox, or rather unwrap, the Chessplus, which arrived in my mailbox just a couple of days ago. The Chessplus is a set of chess pieces for another way of playing chess. So let's look at them. So here's the box, or the bag that they came in. So it's not a beautiful box, and I don't think that's the central point about this one. But we're gonna unwrap them. And as always, you can't get into these boxes. I could have used a professional method with a knife or something, but let's just pull it apart. And here they are, as well as a card. So there's no real box, there's just a visiting card with a couple of images and the email address and those kind of things. But they come in a bag, and it looks kind of nice, with a bit of gold and silver and the pieces on there. Within the bag there are these kind of boring Ziploc bags with the actual pieces. So it's not a beautiful package, but we don't really care about that in this case. So these are the pieces, and as you can see from this direction it looks like an ordinary piece, but if I turn it around you can see that it is just half, with this small thing that interlocks with other pieces. And this means that I can put another piece next to it to make it a full piece. But it also means that I can take another piece and make a combination piece, which in the game can move as either of those pieces. So of course this is going to turn the game into something completely different, with a lot of other opportunities of what we are able to do. The king is an ordinary king, and then you have the queen. There's actually two of them. In Swedish we call them the tower, tornet. I'm not sure about the English name. Is it the tower? I guess this is the bishop. And this is the... do you call them knights? We call them horses. And of course this one is two front pieces, but you still understand which piece it is. And then there is the small ones. And it's exactly the same pieces for the white as for the black. And to be honest, I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know how it plays. But in a way, I don't care that much. This is an interesting thing for me, and that's why I bought it, not because it's an awesome game. Maybe it is. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I haven't played it yet. I know, of course, Czech purists would hate this thing, because you can't change this beautiful game. But I'm not like that. I like this borderland, this brink, this changes, and things developing, and taking your own opportunities to make your thing out of a game. So therefore I think this is lovely. I'm thinking about it, of course, yeah, someone would hate it because it's one way and it's always been one way. That's not really true, is it? Chess has looked almost the same since the 14th, 15th century. We have the same rules with some small tweaks, but basically it's been the same game. But in more modern times there's been a couple of new versions. So there is this one, and there's a couple of other ones. There is an interesting similar thing with putting pieces together, which is more about collaboration. I found it this year at Chessplus and forgot to take the card, otherwise I would of course look at that one as well. But there's a lot of modern versions of. There is Nightmare Chess from Steve Jackson Games, which adds cards to the game and of course makes things happen in different ways. So there are different ways of doing it, and there are different rules on the modern chess board as well. So yeah, recently there has been changes to the game. But even if the game has been the same since the 14th, 15th century until modern times, and only now it starts to change again. I mean, before, it's not like it was developed into one thing instantly. Before that, there were also lots of different chess. And I think that's really important in the history of chess. There are so many versions of what we today call chess. So if you back up a couple of hundred years more, so 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th century, there are versions of the chess already then with more pieces or less pieces and different sizes of boards. So it was a game that developed over time, and I think it's lovely that it gets the chance to continue to develop also today. So when things like the Chessplus arrives, I love those pieces, and I think they're beautiful. So it's so nice to now be able to hold these in my hands and actually look at this new version of chess. Whether I will play it or not, it's just having them and seeing chess evolve even further, and we don't know where it's going to end up tomorrow. It will be the same game, but it will also be lots of other games. So I hope you will check out the Chessplus just as I did. It's really nice pieces. It's nice holding them in my hands. These are a plastic version. There should be a wooden version as well, and I think it's probably really nice. And with that, thank you for watching, and see you next time. I hope to be able to do more things about chess and more things about the history of chess, as well as the future of chess and the changes of chess and the magic of this beautiful game. Even though I'm not a super chess geek myself, I love the game and its place in history. Hope you enjoyed. Bye!